Here are the 7 stories you need to know today for Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. 1. The GOP suffers blowback from the Dobbs decision overturning Roe after Alabama's highest court decided last week that the destruction of an embryo is murder under the state's, quote, wrongful death of a minor law. That decision has led the University of Alabama at Birmingham Health System, the 8th largest hospital in the nation, to stop in vitro fertilization procedures indefinitely. Other healthcare providers are likely to follow Birmingham's lead. The consequences of Alabama's court decision will likely strike through broad swaths of the general electorate and alienate swing voters in this consequential election year, as 1 in 6 couples nationwide struggle with fertilization and seek IVF treatment. 2. Independent voters make up a larger proportion of the population than either Democrats or Republicans. Gallup reports that in 2023, 43% of U.S. adults identified as independent, whereas Democrats and Republicans were split equally with 27% each. 3. Knowledge of the all-powerful independent vote leads us into discussion of the squeaky tight margins headed into the 2024 presidential election. Election watchers judge that only 6 states matter, where the margin of victory in each state could be less than 3%. These 3 key states are Georgia, Arizona, North Carolina, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. In 2020, NPR's Domenico Montanaro reported that just 44,000 votes in Georgia, Arizona, and Wisconsin separated Biden and Trump from a tie in the Electoral College. 4. As domestic contretemps dominate the political landscape at home, foreign threats lurk. The Washington Post reports that a trove of leaked files from a Chinese firm shows their vast international hacking efforts and how China seeks to undermine the West. One leaked Chinese document translates from Chinese to read in English: in information warfare, stealing enemy information and destroying enemy information systems has become the key to defeating the enemy. 5. The arrest of Alexander Smirnov for lying to the FBI, an informant, and an apparent Russian cutout sheds new light on Russia's facile yet very effective methods of injecting their propaganda into the American political system, all the way up into the halls of Congress. Remember, it was Smirnov's false bribery allegations against President Biden that led to an impeachment inquiry. A major question for many quarters is how could the FBI have cultivated Smirnov, even as they should have known that his information was iffy at best. 6. Another iffy proposition is President Biden's ambitious electric vehicle agenda as it crashes into the stark political reality of opposition in Michigan, where economic angst for the industry consumes auto workers and voters. President Biden hopes that his scaled-back plans for an electric vehicle revolution secures his second term, even as it further endangers the environment. 7. The Odysseus robotic spacecraft is set to land on the moon this evening. It's vying to become the first U.S.-made vehicle to land on the moon in more than 50 years. And that's all for today. There's so many more issues to cover, including what's going on in Gaza or in Ukraine. But we can only cover so many issues, and I'm trying to distill it down to just 7 to think about today. And if you like this series, then look over here for other episodes and subscribe if you'd like, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.